I'll be giving my report on rediscovering the kingdom. And what is the kingdom of God? It means to me. Well, what that means to me is that heaven comes to earth. And as the kingdom of heaven looks in earth is what earth will look like. And that is the desire of the king. And how this implies in our life in kingdom concepts is that if we understood the foundations of the kingdom, and if we understood the foundations of the kingdom, the role of the king, what the king owns, the territory, who's in the kingdom, and what the roles of the citizens are, these concepts and foundations, they imply who we are and how the kingdom on earth is like in heaven. So how this impacts my life as an entrepreneur, I mean, if I knew the influence of the king, that if I'm as a citizen, I'm an heir, and that is the king's desire to be the provider, then as an entrepreneur, there's really no risk to take, because in the kingdom, he takes care of everything. And it is his desire that you would come closer and lean more into his ability of being a good king. And he is a good king, as a reputation of a good king is how his citizens look. And so the better off I look, the better of a king he is. The mindset of having lack and not enough is not the desires, the heart, or even shows it doesn't even show who the king is. So the better I look, the better king he is. And he doesn't look like a great provider if I have nothing, and if I don't even believe that my king can provide for me. And so the three principles that I identify with mostly right now is understanding the reign and rule of kingdom concepts, right? Who is the king? What does the king want? What desires does he have? And his desires is that I have abundance, and as a citizen of his. And so it's also desire, especially in entrepreneurship, where we take territory. We start to have territory in areas like now, the marketplace. And what's amazing in the territory, taking territory, is that when we fall under the king, there really is no loss, and there really isn't risk to take, because the king wants you to rely on him for everything. And it is his desire to give you more, right? And then as a citizen and an heir to the king, kind of really hits back on everything else, simply because without one of these concepts, you can't have the other. And so I know I'm stating the obvious here, but it's being a citizen. If I know that I'm a citizen of God here on earth, then I fall under everything that the king has. And I have no worries. God does not want me to worry. The king does not want his citizens to worry, because that is his job. What kind of king would he be if I was to worry? So I think one of my favorite lines is the book is like, we often as citizens, or we often as Christians, would say that we are Christians and we have faith for God, and yet we don't walk like we're heirs of a king. We don't walk like that our king has our back. So that was my favorite part of the book. I'm going to keep this under 5 minutes. Please let me know if you'd like that I expound on anything else. I appreciate your time.